If your wife stiffens when you touch her, this is probably why. Welcome to the Dr. Wyatt Marriage Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Wyatt. If you want to learn all of my tools and skills, join my Tools Marriage class. It's my most affordable resource for couples. To learn more, comment the word tools or go to my website and look for Tools Marriage Course. So number one, what is touch with strings attached? Touch with strings attached refers to anytime you touch your wife, you're hoping it goes to more. Anytime you brush her shoulder, anytime you touch her back, anytime you cuddle, you're hoping and you're prompting for it to go further. That's touch with strings attached. Another example is groping. You go up to your wife and you start groping her. If you do that, that's also an example of touch with strings attached. That's different than touching your wife with no strings attached, with no ulterior motives. Most husbands do not provide that. Most husbands do not provide touch with no strings attached. Number two, why touch with strings attached destroys desire. What happens is if you're constantly touching your wife and wanting it to go further or prompting it to go further or you're groping her, that's going to make her withdraw from you because it's unwanted touch. And she's going to feel like that's all you care about. That's all you desire. That's all you want. So that's going to make her pull away from you. So while you're the one thinking, ooh, this might lead to more, it actually often has the opposite effect. It leads to less. Your wife is going to avoid the bedroom more if she feels like every time you touch her, you want more. So instead of you getting more, you're going to get less. If you think about the dynamic, it's you constantly pursuing and she's going to constantly pull away. The more you pursue, the more she's going to pull away from you. So touch with strings attached is high risk. You're going to get less of what you want because it's going to shut down her desire. Number three, how conditional touch creates emotional unsafety. Your wife probably has responsive desire. Responsive desire means she needs to respond out of connection with you. She needs to respond out of physical closeness with you. But the moment there's expectations and strings attached, she shuts down. She pulls away. She avoids the very affectionate activities that she needs for her responsive desire to grow. For example, let's say you're initiating cuddling. And in that cuddling time, you start prompting for more because you want it to go further because you have spontaneous desire, but that makes her feel pressure. And when she feels that pressure, her body shuts down and she feels less desire, not more desire. And then the next time you want to cuddle, what does she say? She says, no thanks. Because she knows if we cuddle, he's just going to want it to go further. So now she starts avoiding the very activities that her body needs for responsive desire to grow. So for her to feel emotional safety, she needs to feel like your touch is pure. She needs to feel like your touch has no ulterior motives. She needs to feel like when you initiate cuddling, when you initiate massage, there's going to be no strings attached. Only then can she relax in those activities. Only then can she feel safe. Only then can her responsive desire slowly build. And that's what you want because that's going to lead to more activity in the bedroom. But the moment you prod for more, the moment you prompt for more, the moment you hint for more, that's going to make her pull away. Her body's going to shut down. You're going to get less of what you want, not more of what you want. Number four, what wives really need to feel desire again. I can tell you some common ones that I see in my practice, but for this one, you need to ask your spouse. You need to ask your wife, what are the top things you need to see different in our relationship before you desire intimacy again, or before you desire intimacy more often? Ask her, because her response might be unique compared to the patterns I see in my practice. But here's some common threads that I see. Before a wife starts feeling desire again, she needs several things. One, she needs to work through resentments. If she has any resentments toward you, that's going to shut down the bedroom immediately. So the first order of business is ask her, do you have any resentments toward me that we need to work through? Second, she needs emotional intimacy. She's not going to want to be intimate with you in the bedroom if she feels emotionally disconnected from you outside of the bedroom. So you need to prioritize emotional connection, getting to know her, understanding her inner world, becoming more empathetic in response to her highs and lows instead of giving her solutions. She needs to feel emotionally close. She also needs quality time with you. She needs to hang out. She needs to have adventures together. She needs to spend time together. So you need to give her your undivided attention on a regular basis so that she feels closer. She feels more known by you. She feels more connected by you. She also needs affection. This is the whole point of this episode. She needs your regular affection without strings attached. because only then can she associate your touch with no ulterior motives, and that's going to help her relax into your touch. And she needs that physical connection so that she can sink into responsive desire. Without any affectionate touch, it's hard for her to be open to the bedroom. She also may need support at home with the chores and with the kids. If you have an uneven workload and she feels like the bulk of the workload at home is on her shoulders, she's going to resent you. She's going to feel frustrated. She's going to feel like you're another child instead of a peer. So check in with her and see if she feels like there's an uneven workload. And if she feels like there is, that's going to shut down the bedroom. So you need to step it up and start helping with chores, help with the child care, help with the meal prep. Do your part as an equal partner. Don't rely on her to do it all. Because if you do, that's going to kill her desire. She's going to resent that uneven workload, and that's going to decrease her openness to the bedroom. Number 5, the shift husbands must make to restore intimacy. You need to ask your wife, what are the top 3 things, if I did them for you, you would feel extremely loved? She might say the things we just covered. She might say affection without strings attached. She might say emotional intimacy. She might say quality time. She might say support her interests. She might say thoughtful gestures. Ask and then start providing those 3 fillers on a regular basis. Second, ask her, what are the top 3 things I do that makes you feel negative toward me? Maybe you're self-absorbed. Maybe it's too much screen time. Maybe it's how you parent. Maybe it's how you handle money. Maybe it's addictions you have. You have to also stop doing the top 3 drainers that she does not like. Because if you start doing the fillers she does like, but you keep doing the drainers she does not like, that's just water in and water out of her love bucket. So to restore intimacy and to build her natural desire for you, you need to start doing the 3 things she desires on a regular basis, the fillers, while you stop doing the 3 drainers that you do that she does not like. Only then will her love bucket get fuller, and that will naturally make her feel more positive toward you. And do you know what happens when that occurs? She's going to want to touch you. She's going to want you to touch her. But that's not going to happen if you're not doing her fillers and instead you keep doing the drainers that she does not like. That's the ultimate goal, because most husbands want to feel wanted. They want to feel desired. And the path to get there is you start doing the 3 fillers she desires and you stop doing the 3 drainers she does not want. Once you do that on a regular basis, once that becomes the fabric of your relationship, once she tells you you're doing really well on both of those sides of the equation, only then is she going to naturally want to touch you. Only then is she going to naturally want you to touch her. Because touch is secondary. The condition of the heart is primary. Her heart needs to feel positive towards you. Her heart needs to feel open to you. Her heart needs to feel in love with you. And once her heart gets there, touch will naturally start occurring, just like it did in the beginning. So those are 5 things to consider regarding touch with strings attached. Number 1, we covered what is touch with strings attached. Number 2, we talked about why touch with strings attached destroys desire. Number 3, we discussed how conditional touch creates emotional unsafety. Number 4, I discussed what wives really need to feel desire again. And number 5, I covered the shift husbands must make to restore intimacy. If you're stuck in resentments and you're not quite sure how to heal the resentments in your relationship, go through my ER Marriage Intensive. ER is my most comprehensive resource I provide to help couples resolve their resentments and rekindle their love. To learn more, comment the word ER below or go to my website, drwyattfisher.com, and click on ER Marriage Intensive. If you found this helpful, pay it forward by sharing this episode with one other person in your network so they can feel hope. If you're listening to this on the podcast, be sure to leave a review. If you're watching this, be sure to leave a comment and I'll respond back. Also, you can reach me live on the podcast Tuesday mornings from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time with your questions. You can reach me at 303-578-0618. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.